Okay,
fraud. Involving a lot of money.
okay. What's going on?
Now, I got a message on my computer
Okay.
from Microsoft saying to call them. I called them. They said that I had been hacked and that I needed to get in touch with.
No, what happens is, so I'm regular road patrol, so
Mhm.
I would take your initial report and then forward it to our detectives, and then they would be in contact with you.
Okay, so
Unfortunately, the detectives work 8 to 4 Monday through Friday, so yeah, I'm what you're looking at for the weekend. So just give me the info. I can have you guys write a statement. I mean, what kind of money are we talking about here?
I've got most of the info here. The officer's name was Arthur Baker. His phone number told me that they stated that I was about to file a federal warrant on my arrest, and that I had also 5 bank accounts in Texas.
Okay.
I had several in Alabama, a bunch of other stuff there. And what they said is, I want to convert my money into federal bonds, Treasury holding in the Treasury bonds, so they can. You want to train my accountants so they can delete or freeze my Social Security number, and they would say they'll send 2 agents, Social Security agents, out to give me a new number and help me set up it.
Yeah, that's a scam. Yeah.
Is it?
Yes. Yeah, that's not true at all. None of that. That's not how the federal government works whatsoever. Your social security number is your social security number. It doesn't. I don't even think you can get a new one, to be honest. I don't know any way you would go about it. So this guy just called you out of the blue, or
No. This is after I called the jailhouse. They're the ones that put me in contact with him.
So they posed as Belmont County Sheriff.
I didn't even call him. They called him for me,
okay.
and then he called me back.
Which do you have the? Did you guys call him like your home phone, the jail number? Do you have the number that you called originally that set all this up?
I'm concerned is people have been out to the house, giving them money,
Okay.
giving them a lot of cash. So obviously they never relived it with her.
Yeah. So you called this number.
Mm-hmm. And whoever was there put me in contact with this guy. That he'll transfer us to. They didn't have a cybercrime here. That he would transfer me to a cybercrime unit.
55124. That's it. All right. So on loss of money, how did that? Oh, I got you. On loss of money, how did that take place?
He called me and said, I need to transfer at least 25,000 into cash. And what they do is he'd send a treasury agent, like I said, to get it. Give me the guy's, what he was dressed like, and had like a password to give him, and he gave me the password. And I gave him
So cash and did you pull it from the bank? Okay. That's good. There's a way to track that stuff.
the money. And then also they sent me it's on text message, paper, Social Security, and that a number that it filed under, and
Okay.
the amount and all that.
Okay. Mind if I see that paper again?
That was what he was wearing. That was his name. That was what the password was.
What? Yeah. Okay.
How many times has he come to the house?
3.
Total, how many dollars?
You want the truth?
I want the truth.
You want the fucking truth? That's the date.
We'll get you guys straightened up. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you mind writing a written statement for me? Both of you, please. You can.
I'm sister.
Okay.
Um,
Just about what you know, though, it wouldn't help.
I know more than what he's been told me. I had a phone call yesterday from very good friends of ours
Okay.
who he was talking to. I guess yesterday you saw
Yeah,
me, and they called me.
kind of tell me, no, don't say anything to anybody. Corrupt their investigation.
And he called me. I live in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
And
We'll get you guys straightened up. The written statements is the way we would start this. So just to walk through the process, I'm obviously given the amount of money. I'm going to advise my sergeant. He's probably going to come talk to you guys. But the typical way that we would do this is we would, I do the initial report and send it to the detectives. Okay. They have a lot more resources on tracking phone numbers than I do. So that's why it gets sent to them. My real hang up on everything is you obviously call the jail and they set you up with that. So
Right.
we need to get that straightened up on our end. So I'm gonna get them statements for you guys. I'll get you started with 2 pieces of paper. You guys write as much as you feel is relevant and all the details help. So please, I'll get you pens and everything. I'll be right back with you both. Do both of you have IDs too? Okay. I'll get them when I come back out. Okay.
All right, somebody see his phone.
Yeah.
Is it unlocked?
I think it's crazy. So I can share it, which probably this.
I know it shocks us. It shocks us.
Which number? So where was it that you called the jail number?
You sure?
And that was today.
No, that was August 15th.
August 15th. Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
He had all the dates written down about when the people were at his house and how much money they got. Josh.
These are all incoming calls. No, these are outgoing calls. Huh? So when I hit history, it shows that these are all incoming calls to you. So basically, someone spoofed our number, is what that is. But then, did you call that number back at any point in time?
I think I did. You can see all. That's all his numbers.
Right.
You put your IDs
This gentleman came to your house, though.
No,
Oh,
on. I misunderstood that part. Then that's my bad.
so you just what do you want, or how'd you send him the money?
he would actually send somebody to the house to pick it up.
He sent someone to your house to pick it up.
That's the second time that's happened. I have no idea what that is.
I don't know.
And then where do you live?
Huh?
Where do you live?
St. Clairsville.
Like in St. Clairsville, or
Right outside of it.
Okay.
On Graham Road.
So when was the last time you talked to this person?
Today.
And what was the conversation today?
Uh, nothing, we could do nothing today. He was going to talk to the Treasury Department for Social Security, and then he was going to call me back, and if not, he was going to talk to me Monday.
So is he pretending to be a Belmont County deputy, or is he pretending to be a federal agent of some sort?
I think he's trying to teach a federal agent.
Okay.
It's worse than most real.
Let's figure out how to turn that off.
Pull the plug.
There's no plug. That's what I looked earlier.
Lighter.
So August 15th was when this all started then?
Yeah.
Cool with my phone would work.
When you call into that number that's supposed to be the jail, did you get his name or anything?
No.
He never called into the jail.
They called you.
Yeah, so what they did was they spoofed the number to show as our number. Called him 4 times. And then every other time it was this 425-1343. Jail number never pops up again. So, did you say anything to him today about coming here and reporting this to us or anything like that?
Yeah.
425-648-134. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind bringing that back up, I'm sorry. It closed out on me. Go look. Try looking that up to see what that is. It's showing as a non-wireless number, but it's probably like a text now kind of thing. And then so the Caddis number, the Wheeling number, these are all numbers that you probably recognize.
Yeah.
All the other ones were every other time that this person contacted you.
It's that number.
It's that Washington State number.
Washington State number. Every time.
So was he wanting to come to your house to get more money today?
No. Just see what's going on.
Okay.
Try to set something up for next week.
Yeah, it's like a text.
I figured. Okay.
Yeah.
It says it's so it can
Says what?
call.
Like we could call it? Or what, is that what you're saying? Yeah. I don't want to call it. I'm just wondering about the IP and all that other shit. We'll have to see it for my language. Um,
I'm looking for their legal.
it's legal at intelligent dot. I was twitching. Okay. So we'll get everything checked out on statements, and we'll get.
He has the list of everything.
Okay. We'll make copies of that then. As far as the phone calls go for your call logs, who's your carrier? Who's your provider?
Verizon.
Verizon. So are you able to log on to Verizon and be able to print out those incoming calls? Okay.
Never set up a Verizon account.
No.
Okay. So, yeah, because it'd be nice to have, I mean, like, obviously, like, we can just take a picture of the numbers, but,
It makes one now. We should have all. Right. I got the email with some subpoena too.
okay. Let's see if you wouldn't mind unlocking it. All right, so August 15. Is when
You guys are fine. I'm just gonna make copies of that. If you're okay with it, I'll get that right back to you. Want the link to this or Nick, do you?
I just hold on to a tray for right now. We'll call Ryan's. And it's always been that same number.
Always been the same.
Okay. Okay. Get that back. I'm gonna call our. I'll give our chief detective a call, see what it is. I mean, a lot of times these are dead ends when it comes to this kind of stuff, because a lot of those internet phone numbers that you get, like the text now and all that other stuff, they don't keep records of hardly anything. If they do, and we are able to obtain an IP address of where, so basically it would tell us what phone was using it, what location, all that stuff. So if we're able to backtrack that, that'd be great. We would have something. The other part of it is too is, I mean, do we want to have this guy come back to your house at some point? I don't know. That's not my call to make. You know what I mean? That would be those above me to decide on whether or not that would be a viable option. So I'm going to see if that's something we want to try to do, since there's someone coming to you in person. If it were just you sending money out, I mean, it's at that point, it's definitely, or, you know, like through Bitcoin or whatever other method. Those are long shots. Those are Hail Marys. Those are, we hope something happens. Because a lot of times too, is you get these emails, you get these phone calls, you get all this stuff, and they give you this email contact number and all, or this email contact information, and we go through and we do the subpoena, and we get the Google information, you know, through Google and on where this email address was accessed and where it originated, and it's in Zimbabwe. A lot of times. So for us to have someone local, that kind of really changes the scenario for us. So let me give him a call. Let's see where he wants this to play out, what we want to do, how we want to play it, whether it's just, hey, stop answering the calls or whatever have you. So let me go make that phone call. You guys, okay? All right. So, sir, here's what we want you to do. Keep going along like nothing's changed. Just play along with it. Tell him, I mean, is he like pressuring you into getting money anytime soon, or how's that? What's the
There's like no time frame.
okay? So
You know,
if next time he contacts you, just say, hey, or what'd you tell him the last time he called you? Or what was the conversation?
Today was I can't do anything today. Was that I'm going to check with the treasury and see what they
Okay.
can do. And
Okay, so when he calls you back and says, hey, does he ever say this is how much money we need or anything like that to you? It's just how much can you give us kind of thing?
yeah, well, he wants a number between 25 and 50.
Okay. So
Because he said that's because federal bonds from 25,000 to 50,000.
okay. So next time he contacts you, just play it along like you normally would. Set up the day or however you normally would do it. Okay. And our chief detective and those guys are going to give you a call like Monday to like get information, get your phone number. They're going to contact you and they're going to basically give you the rundown of what we want you to do. So it's one of those deals where, I mean, did they show up? Did they say, hey, we're going to be there at this time, this day? Or do you set the day, or how's it normally work?
What it is usually I got to go get the money.
Yeah.
And he's actually on the phone with me the whole time.
Okay.
He actually stays on the phone after I leave the bank till I hit the house again.
Okay.
And then after I'm in the house, I tell him home and say, okay, you're safe and secure. He kind of acts like he's like almost an agent or something.
Okay.
But it's,
And then he hangs up with you, and then someone comes, or someone comes while he's on the phone.
Well, then, no. While I was there, he said, okay, now I need to talk to Treasury to see if they can send somebody.
Okay.
And then he'll call me back and see tell me when they can send somebody.
Okay.
And he'll give me a time frame. And then about 5 minutes before they get there, he calls me again and he stays on the phone with me the whole time.
So this is pretty.
This is pretty elaborate.
Yeah.
It is.
But that's really good for us because it's a nice pattern. So.
I mean, it's really.
But basically, so you go to the bank.
To where, I don't know.
So you go to the bank, you get the money, you go back home, and then you get off the phone with him.
The whole thing is, I have to photograph it.
Uh-huh.
Sending pictures of it.
Mm-hmm.
The money laid out, the money in a box. The box after I've sealed it.
Okay.
I still have them pictures on my phone.
Okay.
And then
do you see this person when they come, or do you hand it to them, or?
I see this person. They'll either get out of the car or they'll just stay in the car and I'll go to them.
Okay.
And then he'll tell me a password.
Okay.
And whatever the password is, if I go to the individuals in the car, he tells me the password. If he tells me the right password, I give him
Okay.
the transfer.
Okay. But this is pretty much how it goes down every time, right? There's been no deviation in that?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So, but realistically, though, hypothetically, you talk to them, you'll be able to, I don't know how they're going to want you to go about getting the money and doing all that stuff.
Right.
But realistically, though, once that phone call is completed, you'll be able to call and say, "Hey, this."
Yeah.
You'll have time frames and shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, my language, can't help it. Sometimes. But okay. So he was actually pretty excited when I told him that someone comes in person, because this never happens. So he's going to get with you, and they're going to work with you to set it up, even if we have to give you like a burner phone so you can text someone or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So that way we're all aware.
It's probably going to have to have more phone just to contact you guys when this happens.
Yeah, we'll figure all that out. Don't you worry about that. They'll take care of that.
Still,
But
continue.
So they give you like a 5-minute warning.
No.
So he goes and gets the money, goes home, and then gets contacted with a date and time
No,
or time frame.
no. I tell him, I've got the money. I'll send him the picture.
Yep. I'm skipping the picture part. I'm just skipping that part. That's all.
Right. After that, he got to talk to the treasurer.
Okay.
They inform him when they can pick it up.
Okay.
Sometimes I've had to keep it overnight
Okay.
because he said, "Oh, there's not an agent in the area right now."
Okay.
He's been telling me that they go and they actually waive the money.
Yeah, you can
But
probably do that. I don't know.
I don't know if they can do that or not.
So okay. So then, but some way somehow you would physically be able to alert us that this is happening.
Right. I would be able to because then, like I said, he'll call me back and say, "Well."
So he hangs up with you, and then you
he'll
could
hang
okay.
up, go talk to your treasurer, and he'll call me back. He said we could have an agent there in maybe 2 hours or 4 hours or wherever.
Okay.
And then
And then they're pretty consistent with that time frame usually. If he says 2 hours, they're there in 2 hours.
no,
Okay.
it depends. They're not real consistent with that time. They're two. Sometimes it's
Well, if he says they'll be there in 2 hours,
no.
are they there in 2 hours?
Usually, unless there's a problem somewhere. If he's
Okay. So if they can be there in 5 hours,
right.
they'll be there in 5 hours, and that usually works out.
If there's a problem, he'll call me. But he calls me. He's talking to the treasurer at the same time. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, he's talking to whoever's in the car
He's
probably.
going to explain to you like he's explaining.
Yeah.
To me.
I got you.
But then he goes and, like I said, I stay on the phone with him when the agent is close, like within 5 minutes. He'll call me and he'll stay on the phone with me. Remind me to ask the agent what the password is and did I get the password and all that. But he stays on with me until the agent has it.
Okay.
And then after.
Is it usually one person in the car or two persons?
One.
Okay.
There's every once in a while there's only been one time there's been two.
Is it always the same car or is it always a different car? And it's different people sometimes, or
It's always different people, different cars.
okay.
I mean, everything. So, and then he'll actually. Sometimes he hangs up or puts me on hold.
Okay.
And then gets back with me again. He said, "Okay, we got a confirmation that from the Treasury that they got it, and tomorrow I will have the Social Security send you a letter." And what they do is it's an email. It's not even email. It's a text message letter. I've got them to.
Okay. All right. So all we're doing right now, we're just taking the initial report, just kind of give the gist of what is going on. Once the detectives contact you on Monday,
I'll come in if they want.
oh yeah, they'll contact you.
He usually contacts me about 10 to 10:30
AM.
a.m.
Okay.
What he's saying is that I was in a meeting. After my meeting, I come, contact you.
Okay. Make sure that's on there that he contacts you about 10:30. Okay, so that way we're aware. Is it usually during the week or is it on the weekends also? Or
No, not on weekends.
okay.
There's only one weekend. I think it was like on Saturday.
Okay.
But usually.
Okay. Perfect.
And he's always telling me, well, I've got other cases too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there text messages of all this, like the whole text conversation you guys have?
No, but I have a lot of the text conversations we had back.
Yeah. We'll probably want screenshots of those and stuff too.
You probably want screenshots of the letters you sent me. It's got my name and everything on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Security number on it?
Huh?
You have your social security number on it?
No. But it does have their case file, which has been the same on everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming from Maryland. It's the address for Social Security.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's That's typical stuff that they do.
Yeah.
Just like use, because like I said, they there's an app you can get on your phone, and I can put in your phone number and call you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's easy to do, calling out, like calling from our phone numbers. So typically in that situation, I mean, we try to warn people, typically in that situation to, if there's ever, because we never ask for money.
It all started when
Mhm.
he called, told me that I was hacked, and that it was like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And he said, at midnight, the next day, Alabama's going to ask the federal courthouse for a federal warrant for your arrest.
Mm-hmm.
He asked me if I had been to Alabama and I've been to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know anybody in that places?
Yeah, it's usually a pretty elaborate story and pretty elaborate scare tactic that they use. And I mean, I've heard some really good stories. Don't get me wrong. I've heard really good stories, and it always ends up, always in the same situation. But so our detectives will get in contact with you on like Monday or Tuesday at the latest, and see where things are. But continue to play along, do everything as you've been doing it, and
What's the last word you sent me? And every time I give money, they send me one. It's dated, I mean, deleted and everything.
does it have the amount of money on there as well?
Yes.
Does. Yeah, we'll let Deputy so Deputy Burhall is going to obviously once you guys get done with your statements, he'll get those from you.
I'm gonna go out to their house.
Okay.
Give them tonight to work on it, because like, it's so ongoing, he's
Yeah.
trying to get all the details.
I got you. Yeah, take your time with it, man. If you need more pages, you got plenty of pages there. It looks like, right?
I'm trying to go through it day by day as I was going.
I got you. Not a big deal.
I mean, this guy here, he would stay on the phone with me for 8, 10, 12 hours
Mm-hmm.
while I was going to try to get money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He would stay on the phone with me. He was just saying, let's just, we want to make sure you're safe and secure. That's why I'm on the phone.
Yeah. I got you. So.
So that kind of gives you a false sense of,
Mm-hmm. It's always something. They always figure out something, man.
They want something soon. Tuesday.
Like what?
Like, what if they want something Tuesday? They want them to go to the bank on like Monday, Tuesday.
Postpone it until after you hear from us as best you can.
no, I can keep it.
Yeah. Don't do anything without hearing from us. Okay. And Deputy Burkhalter will give you names of the detectives who will be contacting you. So
I'm not sure who is it Ryan?
I'll just give him all the detectives' names. That way he's aware that it's actually us contacting him. So, but he'll take care of that tomorrow with you guys. So take those home.
I might know 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah, I got you.
What's your address up there, just so I got it?
675, 75. Graham.
What time's good tomorrow?
Anytime.
Yeah.
We start at 6 a.m. So
Yeah, whenever you guys get ready. You don't mind, it's like a ballpark time for us, we're still responsible for all the calls in the county, so.
this is just to stop out and pick up your statements and
Yeah.
get whatever else we have to get from you.
The time we think you have state. No?
Yeah.
I'll give you a phone number you can call when you're done with it.
I work it.
Oh, I'm actually getting, this is my card. I gotta go get one of my cards out of my car.
Save the trouble, buddy. I'll get one of mine.
Everybody's gonna be working tomorrow, so.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote my badge number on there. You can ask for that badge number over his on the front. My name's Deputy Burlaughter, Sergeant Hott. That phone number on the back will be our dispatch center that is 24 hour. Yeah, so you can call that tomorrow. Just say, hey, I was supposed to call in and give statements. So they'll let me know over the radio.
Okay, no problem.
And then, are you pretty cell phone savvy?
You cell phone savvy?
Okay.
But I
Um,
live here.
Are you heading back?
I'm going back. I wasn't planning to go back Sunday.
Okay.
I had just happened to have taken this day off to come out and celebrate.
Okay. Well, if you're able to screenshot the stuff, you have an Android phone, correct?
Mhm.
You have an Android phone? I'll go with you tomorrow then, because then we'll just use my phone to get that. Screenshot as much as you can, and then we'll just do a quick transfer with from your phone to my work phone, and that way we'll have everything.
I'm going to do this set for Verizon account.
For the call log, yes, that would help us.
We'll do that.
It would be the easier thing because there's so much there.
Also, they should be able to give you a printout of the conversations. The next conversation.
It's only 3 days.
It's only 3 days.
3 days. We have to do a preservation letter within 3 days.
Ooh,
They can give it back.
Yeah, they can only go back 3 days.
Whatever.
But he's gonna have that anyway, so we can just screenshot it. It won't matter.
okay. Right.
Um,
Be a different format. So
yeah,
it'll work either way.
it'll work. Yeah, we would have to type a preservation letter tonight and then get that to them and then do a warrant for it. So yeah, screenshot what you can. We'll swing by tomorrow and we'll get all that and collect everything from you. Okay.
Do you guys have any other questions that you can think of right now? Again, we'll be there tomorrow.
I'm sure they don't have more than I will.
Okay.
Not this time, yeah. But, yeah. I'm obviously more concerned about, I'm going to say, and do you, is it a tendency for these people to kind of disappear after something goes down? Or do they- I'm worried like somebody weeks from now, months from now, oh yeah. I know this guy.
These, I've seen one, to be completely honest with you, I've seen one previous case like this of where a female actually left money on the porch and it came and got picked up by somebody in the same manner. And after it got reported, there was nothing else that ever came of it. These people are not.
They're not confrontational.
Correct. They're not the people that would show up and do violence, and it's not the stereotype, but that's not the type of people that typically we are seeing in this. Okay?
That's
That's not to say nothing's impossible, but I'm telling you that
Right.
that is not the type of people that normally go about this type of operation.
Yeah, because like I used to get calls all the time. Hi, this is so and so at the IRS. And I'm just like, and I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, bye. Click. I don't deal with it.
yeah. I mean, and they move on to the next person.
Yeah,
Typically.
yeah, and then
But this is more than that.
yeah, this is the problem is they're getting a response from him. They're going to keep doing it until he stops. Honestly, if he stopped right now and ignored him for the next week,
Block this road.
done. Yeah, they would be done. But we don't want to do that right now. We want to see where we can get with this. Yeah. So, but Yeah, we'll get you the names of the detectives who will be contacting you. That way you have an idea, because they might call you from a cell phone, they might call you from the office phone. And obviously, if you have any question on whether or not you're actually speaking with the real person, just call into our number here, which is 695-7933, and it will ring in here.
Or
Or call that number that he just gave you.
Other than, that's a 24-hour number.
Didn't answer, because I called earlier.
That number does not answer sometimes, yes, unfortunately, because there's no one in there right now. But if you call with the 695-2212 number, yeah, that's the one he wrote on the back of the card. You call that one, that rings up to our central dispatch, and then they will say, hey, is anyone trying to get a hold of Mr. Smolinski? Is that what it was? Solinsky. I was close. I was close.
Yeah.
Wasn't bad for seeing it one time. But, and we're going to go, yeah, we'll tell them we're going to call him back. You know what I mean? So that's, if there's ever any question. So, okay. So if you have any questions, by all means, think them up, write them down, whatever you want to do. We'll get with you tomorrow. And man, will you be there tomorrow morning, or are you definitely planning on leaving?
I will be here till Sunday afternoon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be.
All right. Fantastic. So, all right. So we'll see you both tomorrow then. All right. Thank you, guys.
Anything immediate, 24/7 questions, if they contact you out of the blue, or you feel unsafe, that number dispatches. It's the same place 911 call to, it's just a non-emergency number. You can call 911.
All right, guys.
I need a freshman.
A whole bunch of things. Now you got another
No
one.
problem. We'll see you guys.
Don't fuck. Yeah. Your English is better than you think, right? Yeah. People get. I don't understand. You understand the prison. That's what you need to understand. Oh, the five water.
My car?
Coffee. Yeah. Coffee. Take it to the office.
Yep.
I understand.
All right. Hold on for a sec, Doug. Awesome. There goes the trash.
Sorry? Oh, my iPhone, right? Yeah. 0418. 0418? Yeah. Okay. I'll explain what's going on. Yeah, sure. Okay. Everyone, just can I
Listen,
may I help you? Yeah,
Listen.
I'm very scared.
Okay,
Yeah.
you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court, okay? You can't afford a lawyer to talk to you.
Yeah.
Get you on, okay? You don't have to talk to me now if you don't want to, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the password to your phone?
0418.
You care if I look through it?
But I have two phones.
Two phone?
Yeah,
Where's the other phone?
and one more and 000, just 40.
4 zeros?
Yeah, sorry, my
Okay.
English is not good, just a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
0418 and
Yeah,
4
yeah.
zeros?
Yeah.
Take it back to the office.
Okay. $46 much.
I was gonna just orient it. What happened?
I'll have one male 21 in my vehicle being around to the office with him.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
I'm not going to explain anything to you. You have to wait. I'm not going to talk to you. You'll have to wait to talk to one of those guys when they get back to the office.
Okay, so how we go there?
The sheriff's office.
And can you just try the battery?
I just speak little English.
We will do that. Clear.
You have an address here on Graham Road.
All right. Swing your legs out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Step over here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Go on in. All right. Go on in here
Yeah. Okay.
and have a seat in this chair right here.
Just for here within right.
What's that?
Just for here within right.
You're gonna be here waiting. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, this is my first time, so I just very scared, and I don't know what happened, and
Someone will be in to talk to you.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Thank you, sir.
Just,
Thank you.
just hang out here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'll be right outside the door if you need anything.
If I need the help, what how can I do?
If you need help
Yeah.
with what?
Just like pension and water.
I'll be right here.
Thank you.
Just say something. And
Thank you.
I'll come get you out. Okay.
Thank you.